Closed captioning provided by the UT Haslam College full-time MBA program. Learn, transform, lead. It all starts here.
The last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway.
This place is familiar with speed
Horsepower,
and its fair share of contact.
normally 40 warriors gutted out for victory on these concrete high banks.
Now the squealing rubber and the roar of the engine stepped aside for the gladiators of the gridiron. My volunteers.
Heart, hustle, and pure will collided in this border battle.
You know who I was pulling for.
You guys know who I was pulling for. Go Vols.
Go Big Orange, victory is so sweet.
Let's get ready to work to win. Let's go.
This is it.
Butch Jones leads the Tennessee Volunteers, running through the TNS Saturday night.
A passion that knows no equal.
Takes off to the 20. A touchdown, Tennessee.
For the next 60 minutes, you're tuned to Vol Network coverage of the Tennessee Volunteers.
Let's own expectations, man. Let's go.
From the heart and soul of the Volunteers Day.
I want the whole city of Knoxville to know that it's football time in Tennessee.
This is Tennessee. This is the Butch Jones Show.
I've been waiting for this one.
Brought to you by the Big Orange Debit Card. Only from the official bank of the Vols. First Tennessee. By Dish. Introducing the Flex Pack. It's a skinny bundle from Dish, official sponsor of the Big Orange. By the Ford F-150. Tough runs in our family. See your local Ford dealer today. And by Farm Bureau Insurance. With agents in more communities than any other insurer, Tennessee turns to Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols.
On this September the 10th, 2016, a record was set here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. The largest crowd ever to watch a college football game, 156,990, saw the Tennessee Volunteers beat Virginia Tech 45-24. Coach, it was great to be part of history and great to get the victory.
It was. Puts us at 2-0, and that was our goal, obviously. And a lot of great things came out of the game, but what a great spectacle. I said I don't think it'll ever be replicated or duplicated in college football history. And the Bristol Motor Speedway and everyone associated really made this a great event. And how about our great fan base coming out and supporting us? The Vol Walk was incredible. So just a great, great night, a great night of being part of history.
It didn't start the way you wanted it, though. Down 14-0. What turned it around?
It started fast for us, and we didn't start the way we wanted to. And I think as the season progresses, our football team has to learn how to start fast, but also maintain that intensity that it takes to play winning football for 60 minutes. And we had some misfits on some runs, and you can't do that. You're going to give up big plays, and before you know it, we're down 14-0. But I was really exceptionally pleased about the way our team responded with 31 unanswered points. We get a big turnover. We cash it in from Dobbs to Juwan Jennings, and then a big throw to Josh Malone as well. And I really liked the way our players responded.
Got 5 turnovers, and you really converted most of those into points.
Well, that's critical. And not only just turning them into points and field goals, but turning them into touchdowns. And we always talk about hunting the ball on defense. And to have 5 turnovers, and I believe Micah Abernathy recovered 3 of those.
Set a school record.
Set a school record. But in order to play winning football and win games like this, we have to score touchdowns in the red zone, not field goals. And for the most part, Bob, we were able to do that.
And Josh Dobbs was awfully special. He counted for 5 touchdowns.
He was, and he went back to his style of play. One throw we'd like to have back, obviously, but I thought he managed the game really well, and we did some different things in this game in terms of our tempo and him having to own the cadence in the line of scrimmage, and I thought he did a great job with that.
Special night, big win for the Tennessee Volunteers here in Bristol. We'll show you highlights next here on the Butch Jones Show.
Time out to check the stats. Brought to you by Dish.
On Saturday, September 10th, 2016, The Tennessee Volunteers played the Virginia Tech Hokies in the Battle at Bristol, the most attended college football game in history. Check the stats. Before the Battle at Bristol, the largest crowd a University of Tennessee team has ever played in front of was on September 18, 2004, when Neyland Stadium was filled to capacity with an attendance of 109,061. On that Saturday in September, Tennessee defeated Florida 30-28. Tennessee quarterback Eric Ainge shined on this day, throwing 3 touchdown passes. But it was kicker James Wilhoit who made a 50-yard field goal as time expired to give the Vols the victory.
Check the stats. Dish introduces the new Flex Pack. Learn more at dish.com/Vol. Catch the Vols on Dish, proud partner of the Big Orange.
Americans don't celebrate the good enough canyon. We didn't aim to be second to the moon. Verizon doesn't settle for good enough either. So now we're introducing Verizon LTE Advanced, with 50% faster peak speeds in more than 450 cities coast to coast. So don't settle for an unlimited plan with limits. Switch now and get our best deal. 20 gigs of limitless data with 4 lines for only $160. Welcome to the Next Gen Network.
You are the man of the hour, the king of the castle. Your subjects look upon you in awe and anticipation because you're about to make their culinary dreams come true. Guess you should have had natural gas.
Our family, we're not like any other. We're spirited, tough, loyal. We believe in tradition and honor. Generation after generation, we're Vols for life. This is my family. And this is my truck.
It's all about family football and F-150 on a Tennessee Saturday. Now get F-150 with 0 for 72, plus 1,000 smart bonus on select vehicles, plus 500 Labor Day bonus cash.
Go Vols!
Technology affects us on a daily basis, no matter what we have to do. So when it comes to our banking, everything has to be fast and convenient. For a coach on the go or a family on the go, First Tennessee is the name to know for online banking and mobile banking. And I couldn't forget my Big Orange debit card. It's with me all the time. And when I pull that out of my wallet, I'm very proud to show the Power T. You'll find the Power T at First Tennessee.
With CPI Security's InTouch system, you get complete protection, control, and convenience right at your fingertips. Arm your system, lock your doors, and make sure everyone is safe when you're not home. During an emergency, you're quickly connected to our award-winning monitoring station, delivering a fast, personal response when you need it. Call CPI today to get a complete InTouch system, including an interior and outdoor HD camera, touchscreen door lock, and thermostat installed free. That's over $2,100 in free equipment.
Here at the last great Coliseum, the Bristol Motor Speedway, Tennessee wins over Virginia Tech 45-24. Coach, till you get down here and look around, it's hard to imagine really how big this place is and what a job they did converting this into a football stadium.
Amazing, from the shower trucks to the locker room facilities to the field itself. To just everything surrounding this game, and then not only having that, but a national audience as well. And again, you couldn't have asked for a better night.
You know, you look at this place and you think, how did they pull this off? And Jerry Caldwell and all the guys here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, you got to tip their hat to them because this was really, really well done.
They did a remarkable job, and our administration as well, with this being a home game. We had some mileage piled up from Knoxville to Bristol to be able to make this happen, but you're you're right, Jerry and his staff, and then obviously our administration as well, really did a great job.
You talk all the time about sudden change and forcing turnovers and changing the flow of a game. When Tennessee was down 14-0, then you force the turnover, next play is a touchdown. That really swung this game.
It did. Football is a game of momentum, and you have to be responsible for creating your own momentum. And we're down 14-0, and I knew standing on the sideline we needed to get something going. We needed to create a play for ourselves. Defensively, we were able to do that, and then cashing in on 7 points with Dobbs to Juwan Jennings was big for us.
And every time you got a short field, and you got a bunch of those tonight, you took advantage of them.
We did, and I think that was the turnaround with the 31 unanswered points, is when the game started, we were a little bit behind the field position game, and we had some opportunities to get off the field defensively on third down, and we weren't able to do that, and give them credit. They converted those third down conversions. But as the tide of the game and the momentum started to swing, we started to control field position.
Second quarter, you outscored them 24-0, and that was critical to the win.
Well, it was, and it started again with being opportunistic, taking the ball away on defense, but really capitalizing on the great field position as well. And I thought, for the most part, our special teams did a very good job as well.
You knew going into the game that depth was going to play a big part for Tennessee. You played a lot of guys in the offensive line, a lot of guys in the defensive line tonight.
We were very fortunate to be able to play 10 individuals in our defensive front. That's the most we've played in our defensive front in a long time. And we had some individuals gain some valuable experience with Darrell Taylor to get Shy Tuttle back. We all talked about his fumble recovery. He looked like the old Shy Tuttle. But getting these valuable repetitions were key. And then obviously in the offensive line, we moved some things around just to create some momentum. And Jack Jones is an individual who had a very good week of practice, and he deserved the right to play as well.
He's got a mean streak about him, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He does. Tennessee gets the big win over Virginia Tech. Let's look at the highlights from the Bristol Motor Speedway.
14-0, Virginia Tech owned the first 15 minutes of play as the Hokies have it to start the second quarter. 2nd and 25. They put the ball on the ground. This is a break Tennessee needs if they can get it, and they do. Dobbs throwing to the end zone, goes up top. It's a touchdown.
Dobbs gets the snap, drops to throw, looks, sets, fires long, left sideline toward the end zone. The pass is going to be touchdown. Touchdown, Tennessee, Josh Malone. And with 9:42 to go, second quarter, Tennessee has rallied to tie the game. Snap down, and the kick on the way, and the kick is good. And Tennessee now has scored 17 unanswered points. Quarterback draw to the 5, Dobbs all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Pitch goes to the tailback, gets to the 20, 25, across the 25 to the 27-yard line, and he fumbled the football. It's loose, and Tennessee has come out of there with it. Out of the shotgun, back to throw. Big pressure, going to be sacked back at the 22-yard line. That time Tennessee got great pressure up the middle. Dobbs back to throw. Big pressure. Spun around, gets away, fires the pass in the flat, complete to the 15 to the 10. Kamara all the way to the checkerboards. Touchdown, Tennessee. Evans, screen pass, bubble screen right side that's complete to the 25, down to the 21-yard line. The ball comes free. It's going to be fumbled, and Tennessee comes up with a loose ball. Good snap. And a floating kick.
Not a good kick.
Short.
Fumbled it.
And Stroman comes up. The ball's loose. And who's come up with it? Tennessee's pointing as if they've got it. Keep it going left side. Dobbs to the 15. Dobbs to the 10. Cuts back to the end zone. Brilliant run by Josh Dobbs. 27-yard. Virginia Tech high snap over the quarterback. It's rolling back toward the end zone. And I think Tennessee's recovered another fumble. The ball came free, and Shy Tuttle chases it down, trying to nail this one shut right here on this drive. Handoff, tailback up the middle, touchdown. John Kelly as Butch Jones and the Tennessee Volunteers on this historic night in college football in front of the largest crowd to ever see a game here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. They come roaring back after trailing early 14-0 to beat Virginia Tech. Our final score tonight from the Bristol Motor Speedway, Tennessee 45 and the Hokies 24.
It's time to honor the Tennessee Vol Scholar of the Week, brought to you by Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com, innovation that excites. This week, we recognize Corey Vereen as the Vol Scholar of the Week. Corey's majoring in computer science and is interested in designing and programming video games. That's why Corey Vereen is the Vol Scholar of the Week.
I just wanna break the rules. I just wanna break the rules.
Good or better? The Hyundai Tucson versus the Ford Escape. Estimated fueling costs, the Ford's higher.
Whoa.
Estimated routine repairs, the Ford's higher.
What's happening?
In fact,
Guys?
Hyundai has the lowest 5-year cost to own of all brands for 2016. So again, Ford's higher.
Guys?
That's really high.
Very funny! Ha ha!
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. The 2016 Tucson from Hyundai.
Sophie, his 13th birthday. Gift, we've got you. Guitar, coming tomorrow. Road game today, surprise party tomorrow. Change of plans. Game tomorrow.
No, birthday tomorrow.
Hotel! Guitar, reroute.
Birthdays are on birthdays.
Party, relocate. UPS My Choice makes rerouting packages easy. How we're helping companies solve for the needs of customers like Sophie.
We are believers. Trust is earned in the field, where a full day's work will always tell the truth. We believe in what we do and what we have done. Who are we? Number 1 in subcompact tractors, number 1 in compact excavators, and number 1 in diesel engines. We are Kubota.
Tennessee fans, it's time to lock in. On sale now is the official Tennessee Football Fan T-shirt for 2016. Lock-in shirts are on sale now at Vol shops on campus and at participating fan shops across the state, including Alumni Hall, Hound Dogs, Walgreens, Sports Seasons, and Food City. That's Lock In, presented by Dish. The Butch Jones Show is being delivered by UPS, helping companies solve for today's rising customer expectations. Visit ups.com/solvers to find out more. By Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere. By Eastman Chemical Company, promoting sustainability. Remember, good sports always recycle. And by Farm Bureau Health Plans. We've got you covered. Get a rate quote online at fbhealthplans.com or at your local Tennessee Farm Bureau office.
You come to Bristol, and obviously everyone understands what this great race is all about. How you doing? Nice to see you. Good morning. First race. This is amazing.
I know. I read where you were kind of excited about being here.
I'm fired up. Coming here, and again, it's the magnitude of Tennessee football. And you see everyone dressed in orange and excited for Tennessee football along with NASCAR. From the orange and white checkerboards at the University of Tennessee to the black and white checkered flag at Bristol. Drivers, start your engines!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jerry Punch from ESPN, and it is certainly my pleasure to welcome you here today for what many of you I'm also already sure will be a landmark day in sports. Whether you are a volunteer or a Hokie, remember it, in September of 2016, it is football time in Bristol, Tennessee. Right here.
Well, in March, coming here, you couldn't be helped but notice the passion, the excitement that surrounded the race. And, you know, as a football coach, I walked in and I'm like, wow, what if we had a football game here? And now to make this a reality, to be a part of football history is something that is very important to both of our universities, our student athletes, and everything. So I'm just excited to be a part of this special event.
Well, it's very exciting, you know, to be a part of not only college football history, but football history. And I'm excited for our fans, our university, and for our football team, you know, to be a part of history. This will live with you forever, and I think it's another illustration of what's going on at the University of Tennessee. It's always great coming back, and the more you come back, the even better it gets. So very excited to be back here today.
How you doing? Sounds good. Good luck. Thank you. Drivers, start your engine!
We've talked about 2016 for 3 years now, and it felt like it was so far away. Oh, we got time, we've got time. Well, it's upon us.
Do you remember the first time that Dave Hart came into your office and said, hey, we're thinking about playing at the Bristol Motor Speedway?
I do, very early. And then when it became a reality and doing the press conference here underneath the tent, and gosh, Bob, that seems like a long, long time ago. And all of a sudden, then when you get here, you say, boy, time went fast. But again, just the spectacle of it in the organization, there was no stone left unturned, from rings to for our players and coaches staff, to the hats, to the t-shirts, to the in-game environment, to the different card tricks in the stands. Everything that you could imagine in a planning, they thought about it. And then obviously the Jumbotron, the scoreboard, everything. And I thought the playing service was the best of the best as well.
And you're going to have to build a new area of your trophy case to put the trophy. It's a big one.
We couldn't hoist it, it weighed so much. But again, that's something we talked to our players about, leaving a legacy. And this is something where it may not be that big for them right now, but 10, 20 years from now, when they have children of their own, they can tell them that they played in the biggest game ever. Not only did they participate or play in the biggest game ever, but they came out victorious as well.
How do you think your team handled the focus? Do you think maybe the fact that you started slow was maybe they got caught up looking around and then they settled in?
Well, it was different. It was definitely a different environment, from the lighting to the crowd noise to everything. So I really think that's really healthy and beneficial, developing a football team. If you can learn to focus and concentrate in this environment, you can focus anywhere.
Tennessee goes to 2-0 on the season with the victory over Virginia Tech. We'll ask the coach next here on the Butch Jones Show.
You're never too young to be a VFL. Sign up for the Junior Vols Club. For more information or to sign up for Junior Vols, visit utsports.com. Presented by the Knoxville Orthopedic Clinic. Proudly serving the University of Tennessee Athletic Department since 1949.
It's been used universally for decades. The consummate attaboy. Good job. Way to go. Because nothing says a job well done like the classic high five. So if someone wants to give you five, the polite thing to do is say thank you. That's why for 5 years in a row, Farm Bureau Insurance has been proud to receive the J.D. Power Award for highest customer satisfaction among auto insurers in the Southeast region. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee turns to us.
Excellence is a journey that you choose to take. It's a choice to be the academic medical center in the region. It's a focus on not asking what's next, but discovering it. Excellence is having physicians on the cutting edge of medicine,
training future generations of physicians. The University of Tennessee Medical Center. Wisdom for your life.
When my father started Food City, he held his stores to the highest standard of quality. He believed that every store should have a knowledgeable butcher so that customers always got the most for their money. Now today there are Food City stores in 4 states, and you'll find certified Angus beef in every one of them, and always at a great price. That's value, and that's what you'll find at Food City.
From hard work, humble beginnings, and the red clay of Tennessee, greatness is built brick by brick. This is Coach Philip Fulmer. General Shell and I are proud supporters of Tennessee football.
Our family, we're not like any other. We're spirited, tough, loyal. We believe in tradition and honor. Generation after generation, we're Vols for life. This is my family. And this is my truck.
It's all about family football and F-150 on a Tennessee Saturday. Now get F-150 with 0 for 72, plus 1,000 smart bonus on select vehicles, plus 500 Labor Day bonus cash.
Go Vols!
You asked, he'll answer. This is Ask the Coach, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Check them out at academy.com/Vols for your chance to win Tennessee football tickets. No purchase necessary.
Coach, a question tonight from George Rosenberg, and he said, what does it mean to be the winning coach of the biggest college football game ever?
It's something that'll probably sink in the winter months, or like I said earlier in the show, maybe 10 to 20 years from now, but it's never about me. It's looking into the faces of our players and seeing the excitement and that joy of victory, and obviously to be able to do it in this type of environment makes it even that much more special.
John Bryce joins us from the Vol Network, and John, it was good to see this team play this well second half.
It was, particularly the final 3 quarters, Bob, and the second and third quarters. And Butch, we talked last week about the composure of your team. We obviously saw it again tonight, but just that the combination of composure and trust that you have in this team, how significant is that?
Well, it's very significant, and it's all about trust. And even when we were down 14-0, the thing I like, John, is there is no panic in the eyes. There is no panic of anyone, and we always talk about needing to play at the appropriate time, and we were able to do that.
Well, we talked to some of your players earlier, and I just told you you've got an 8-game winning streak. You've never had one before as a head coach. You didn't know it. The players didn't know their rankings. They didn't know any of that. They said, we wanted to be 2-0. Next, we want to be 3-0. Is that the ideal mindset for you?
Exactly right. It's all about the process and doing whatever it takes to win football games. And our goal was to be 2-0, and we're 2-0, and all the other things with winning streaks and rankings, those don't matter, because the only thing that you can control is your preparation and your performance on a daily basis from practice and then taking it over to game day.
Let's talk about now Darren Kirkland Jr. He was injured. They carted off with an ankle. Can you give us any update yet?
We'll know a little bit more as the week progresses. Right now, all indications it's an ankle sprain, so we'll see as the week progresses and probably in the next couple days or so.
Non-conference game next week against Ohio University. You know a lot about them. You played them a lot of times in the Mid-American Conference.
Actually played them for the Mid-American Conference Championship one year, and they're a team with Coach Solich that is going to come in here and they're going to expect to win. Very similar to App State, and we have to be ready to go. Plus, it's going to be something a little bit different. I think each week we see different things with this football team. Now we have a noon start, so everything is about your preparation and getting your body clocks now to get ready to play football at noon, and we're going to need everyone in Neyland Stadium to make this a great home field advantage for us with the noon kick.
Well, enjoy this one as long as you can. It was a very special night for the program and for Tennessee football.
It was very special.
Congratulations. Butch Jones with us, and we'll continue with more in just a moment.
The Butch Jones Show is being delivered by UPS, helping companies solve for today's rising customer expectations. Visit ups.com/solvers to find out more. By Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere. By Eastman Chemical Company, promoting sustainability. Remember, good sports always recycle. And by Farm Bureau Health Plans. We've got you covered. Get a rate quote online at fbhealthplans.com. or at your local Tennessee Farm Bureau office.
There's people who care where I'm going, and good friends who welcome me home. So get a full tank of freedom, drive the American road. And with a full tank of freedom, find your own highway. We'll take you wherever you go. Take you wherever you go.
You know, these Zaxby's fried pickles really take me back to Meemaw's kitchen.
Yeah. Meemaw really would have loved these. Is that a time machine?
Yep, and I brought Meemaw back with me.
That's not Meemaw.
Ooh, okay, let's get you back inside.
Better than Grandma's? Maybe. Indescribably good? Definitely. Fried pickles are back. Lightly breaded, fried to perfection, and served with ranch sauce. Try them before they're gone. Zaxby's.
Americans don't celebrate the good enough canyon. We didn't aim to be second to the moon. Verizon doesn't settle for good enough either. So now we're introducing Verizon LTE Advanced. With 50% faster peak speeds in more than 450 cities coast to coast. So don't settle for an unlimited plan with limits. Switch now and get our best deal. 20 gigs of limitless data with 4 lines for only $160. Welcome to the Next Gen Network.
Being a First Tennessee customer makes you very, very comfortable and very confident that you're getting the best of the best in terms of customer service, innovation, and updated technologies each and every day. First Tennessee provides everything to be successful in a convenient way, especially with the online banking and the mobile banking. And the most powerful word you can use is trust, and I trust them with all my banking. I tell anyone who wants to bank with the best, follow me to First Tennessee.
This is Exact Science, brought to you by Humana, your partner in health.
Oh, we do the single leg squat that develops single leg strength. If you're stronger on one leg, you're going to be stronger off both. If you're more explosive off one leg, you're going to be more explosive off both. What the single leg squat is very multi-dimensional. You develop great core strength, also ankle, knee stability, along with hip mobility, keeping the core tight. You got to keep the upper back. Everything is about total body stabilization and developing single leg strength. This is one of our main movements we do to develop single leg strength. First, Cam gets set up, back leg is raised up, front heel is flat on the ground, chest big, abs tight, and Cam is going to lower his back knee, keeping his core tight, making sure the weight is on the front heel, making sure the knee is not out in front of the toe. And Cam keeps his chest big and drives his head and shoulders straight up. What we want to avoid here, we want to avoid the front knee going out in front of the toe when he does the movement. We don't want to do that. That puts too much strain on our patellar tendon. We do not want the shoulders to lean forward and the back to round. That puts too much tension, too much pressure on the low back. After the ball snaps, majority of the game is single arm, single leg. So developing that single leg strength, it helps with a transfer of power, but it also helps with injury prevention. By training on one leg, you're working ankle and knee stabilization, which also helps decrease the risk of injuries.
Fans, tune in every Monday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the Big Orange Hotline. Join Bob Kessling and Pat Ryan as they break down each and every Tennessee football game. That's the Big Orange Hotline, every Monday night live from Dead End Barbecue in West Knoxville.
We almost like me and Jalen almost like opposites, but we opposites attract. So it's like it's our dynamic is funny. It's weird, but it works. Like, you know what I'm saying.
To the fan base, Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara answer to a nickname that fits their style.
You know, they call it Thunder and Lightning.
But to each other, they go by something a little less flashy.
Own nicknames for each other. I call him Jalen.
Call him Alvin.
Alvin's explosive. He's quick. He's also got power.
And Jalen has been big, tough, physical. I mean, he's 6'3", 250, but he moved like he my size, you know.
Ready to go. Good.
Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara, two names who can be stars on their own, but know together they are perfect for the two-back system.
Like, you know, we compete against each other in practice, you know, push each other. Like, I'll break one, I'll get hyped, we get it, then, you know, I know Alvin's thing is like, okay, I need to do something. So we both kind of balance each other out.
While the two compete in practice, it's not a fight for touches come game time.
Great damn detail. Get at it! Let's take pride in everything today. To the speed!
That's never like a problem, having anyone to help me or me to help him. You know, it's honestly awesome, you know, for someone to come in the game whenever I'm out, or me come in the game whenever he's out. You know, we complement each other and we can both produce.
You know, I think the days are gone where it's just one back that gets in and carries the ball 50 times. And I think you want to be versatile, you know, so we're constantly trying to find ways where both of those guys can be on the field at the same time. And, you know, a defensive coordinator's nightmare is trying to figure out where this guy is.
I think that's where we want to keep it. It's like, how do you prepare for those two running backs? That's how I think that's kind of where we wanted it. Like, how do you prepare for them?
This work ethic makes Saturdays worth it.
You are a running back at Tennessee. Does that mean something to you?
It's crazy because, I mean, we see how hard we work. Like, when it all comes to fruition, like on Saturdays, it's like you can't really keep back that emotion. Like, I want to go celebrate like I scored when he scored.
It allows other running backs that want to come here after these guys are able to say, you know what, I can go be a part of a system that both of those running backs are able to have over 1,000 yards of all-purpose yards in one season. And I think there aren't a lot of offenses that can say that they were able to do that last year.
You know, I came here just wanting to change this program around, and when we get guys like Alvin coming in, you know, seeing what we're doing here, and him coming and joining our team, you know, he believes in it, he knows what we're capable of, and we're going to do it.
The drive to take a championship title makes Team 120's vibe. But what keeps them around are the relationships.
Just like stuff like this, like the relationships on the team. You know, everybody's so close. We're close with the coaches. I mean, the fans are incredible. I mean, it's like a family atmosphere. Like you said, I've been to a lot of other places, and like I feel like nothing compares to Tennessee.
Obviously proud, you know, to see those guys high five and celebrate because it shows that it doesn't matter who gets the credit for it. You know, it's doing the best thing that we can do for Team 120 from here on out.
Your attention to detail was awesome. The way you practiced was phenomenal.
Tennessee's two-back system isn't selfish and greedy. It's thunder and lightning, featuring two unforgettable athletes. For UTSports.com, I'm Maddie Glab.
CMG.
One Tennessee. One sustainable goal. Zero waste in Neyland Stadium. No sort recycling. Now, zero excuses. Made possible by Eastman, Food City, and Waste Connections. No sort makes it easy to be a good sport. Tackle sustainability. At Tennessee, good sports always recycle.
At Farm Bureau Health Plans, you may have heard us say, we've got you covered.
What does gotcha mean?
It means no matter who you are
or what age.
Whether you just need coverage for one, or for you, your wife, or kids.
You've got choices for great health plans.
And Medicare supplements?
All our plans have options.
With different levels of coverage. And deductibles and co-payments.
Mom, can I get covered?
Of course. Have questions? Visit fbhealthplans.com or your local Farm Bureau office. We've got you covered.
There's something out there. Something stirring. Something wild. Introducing the Wild family of instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. Win up to $500,000. Out of nowhere. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun.
Our family, we're not like any other. We're spirited, tough, loyal. We believe in tradition and honor. Generation after generation, we're balls from life. This is my family. And this is my truck.
It's all about family football and F-150 on a Tennessee Saturday. Now get F-150 with 0 for 72, plus 1,000 smart bonus on select vehicles, plus 500 Labor Day bonus cash.
Go Vols!
Tomorrow's fuel is here today, at home in abundance. America's natural gas is cleaner, more reliable, more affordable, and more efficient, delivering greater stability and dependability with lower costs and emissions. Contact your local natural gas provider to look closer at a versatile resource that can serve your family and community for generations to come.
Tennessee fans, it's time to lock in. On sale now is the official Tennessee Football Fan T-shirt for 2016. Lock-in shirts are on sale now at Vol shops on campus and at participating fan shops across the state, including Alumni Hall, Hound Dogs, Walgreens, Sports Seasons, and Food City. That's Lock In, presented by Dish. The Vol Network now turns the spotlight on Team 120, brought to you by Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere.
On September 10th, for one night, Bristol Motor Speedway will turn into the biggest stage in the history of college football.
Just kind of a colliding of two different sports, and for Tennessee and Virginia Tech to come together and battle here, right in the middle of both schools, it's going to be an epic game.
Two Vol fans in particular have seen Bristol from behind the wheel and are now looking forward to seeing the Coliseum in a football state of mind. NASCAR drivers Trevor Bayne and Bubba Wallace grew up around Tennessee football and are ready to have the Vols play on their track.
I'm obviously a Tennessee Vols fan. My race shop was probably 10 minutes away from the stadium growing up. Go over there and work on the cars and watch the games on Saturdays at the racetrack. I didn't get to go to many games because I was always on the weekend racing.
Growing up, a Tennessee fan, obviously, and then jumping into the sport of NASCAR, and to finally see these two worlds collide, packing in 150,000 people for the Battle at Bristol, it's going to be incredible.
Wallace is no stranger to Tennessee football.
We have asked Bubba, he's kind of going to be our secret weapon, and so he's trying out for the Vols today.
He spent a day on Team 120 when he suited up for spring practice.
It's really big. No one that I got to be a part of the Team 120, becoming family. That's it.
The one thing the drivers know will remain the same, whether it's football or racing, is the unforgettable atmosphere.
You can hear the fans over the cars of this place, and you can only imagine that players are a lot quieter than cars, so it's going to be 10 times, 20 times that.
You feel like you're in a Roman Coliseum, and it's just, everybody feels like they're right over you, watching down, trying to see what you're doing.
The electricity, the attitude, the atmosphere here is going to be outrageous.
And the NASCAR professionals have some advice for the players heading into a Coliseum that fits more than 160,000 people.
For us, it's hit our marks. For them, is to hit their passes, hit their catches, hit their runs, and take it on in victory lane.
For the Butch Jones Show, I'm Maddie Glab.
It's great to have Bubba Wallace with us here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. This had to be a great night for you. You've raced here, and now your favorite football team played here.
Absolutely. To be able to take this in and get to really experience Bristol with 156,000 people here was truly incredible. Just proud to be a part of it and see our volunteers take on a big W.
All right, give us the update on the helmet and the story on the helmet.
So we come up with this idea to run the smoky gray helmet a couple weeks before the first Bristol race back in the spring. So Jason Beam with Beam Designs really did an outstanding job on this helmet. So I made it a pact and got it approved to run it twice this year. So both Bristol races to support the volunteers in the home state of Tennessee, and walked away with 7th on our last finish with it. So just got a coach to sign it. So now it's going on the shelf for retirement.
In retirement now,
exactly.
Right? I got you.
It's done.
Bubba, are there a lot of college football fans among the NASCAR ranks? And if so, how much will you gloat a little bit about Tennessee setting the record and you being here to see the Vols win?
There is a huge impact within the NASCAR community in the collegiate level of football and really in the sports world. Everybody's into sports. If you're into college football, you're into NASCAR and vice versa. So definitely some bragging rights to head into Chicago this next weekend. to be a part of history and just to be here and see a different perspective, because I'm used to being on the high banks of Bristol, and so sitting up in the stands, I can say it's the first time I sat up in the stands and watched a football game at a racetrack. So, but definitely got some bragging rights heading into next week.
Bubba, talk about this week now going to Chicago and how your season going, and where do you want to head with your career now?
Yeah, Chicago's one of our best races, so I'd like to say that this big win for us, for the Volunteers, helps me momentum on the racetrack. But excited to get to Chicago. It's our last regular season race, and then our chase starts. So we got to button everything up and be ready to battle when we go to Kentucky.
Talk about your relationship with Butch Jones. It's pretty special. He let you come to practice and hang out?
Yeah. I still I'm getting a lot of flack over practice. I was making a fool of myself, but it's been really great to be a part of the Tennessee family, and I've always shown support over the years, and family's always brought me to games, and my uncle's always had season tickets, so he had 10 tickets tonight for tonight's game, and it's an incredible thing to go and talk about with family and friends, and to say that I'm part of the team, and I'd like to think I'm a part of the team. But
Sure.
with missing that catch, I don't know if I am, but to be in a really good relationship with Coach is something special, and I'll take
your
it.
two favorite things come together tonight: NASCAR and Tennessee football. Can't get much better than that.
Can't get better than that.
Bubba, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Bubba Wallace, NASCAR driver, with us. We'll continue with more on the Butch Jones Show in a moment.
Into the I formation. Kelly back to throw. Here's the long bomb down here for Pickens. He's racing under the ball, makes the catch to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, tantalizing the defender. He goes into the end zone. All you give him is 6 large ones. Touchdown, Kelly to Pickens.
With CPI Security's InTouch system, you get complete protection, control, and convenience right at your fingertips. Arm your system, lock your doors, and make sure everyone is safe when you're not home. During an emergency, you're quickly connected to our award-winning monitoring station, delivering a fast, personal response when you need it. Call CPI today to get a complete InTouch system, including an interior and outdoor HD camera, touchscreen door lock, and thermostat installed free. That's over $2,100 in free equipment.
Good or better? The Hyundai Tucson versus the Ford Escape. Estimated fueling costs? The Ford's higher. Whoa. Estimated routine repairs? The Ford's higher.
What's happening?
In fact,
Guys?
Hyundai has the lowest 5-year cost to own of all brands for 2016. So again, Ford's higher.
Guys? That's really high. Very funny! Ha ha!
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. The 2016 Tucson. From Hyundai.
We are believers. Trust is earned in the field, where a full day's work will always tell the truth. We believe in what we do and what we have done. Who are we? Number 1 in subcompact tractors, number 1 in compact excavators, and number 1 in diesel engines. We are Kubota.
The Butch Jones Show is being brought to you by CPI Security, proud corporate sponsor of the Vols. By Humana, over 50 years of experience in the healthcare industry. Humana, your partner in health.
By the natural gas utilities and pipeline companies in Tennessee.
Natural gas.
And by the Tennessee Education Lottery, proud to have raised over $3.5 billion to support education programs in Tennessee.
Tennessee improves to 2-0 with this victory over Virginia Tech here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. a lot of things offensively you had to like about this performance.
Yeah, Bob, and we keep talking about composure, and I know this coaching staff wants to not talk about it for a week because they want to see this team start fast. But the composure, and I thought Josh Dobbs was as brilliant in the second, third, and fourth quarters as we've seen him maybe in his entire Tennessee career. I thought he really operated the offense at an extremely high level. There were times that he pushed tempo. There were times that I thought he dialed it back a little bit. I just thought he had a very strong touch of the game and that he could sense Virginia Tech was wobbling a little bit, and he delivered some dagger blows.
And I thought Mike DeBoard called a very nice game, keeping them off balance and going for the jugular when he had a chance.
He did. He called some great aggressive downfield plays early on when Tennessee needed a spark. He capitalized on the sudden change and really staggered Virginia Tech's momentum at that point in time. And then he did. They hit a little bit of a lull in the third quarter, but you could sense that this coaching staff and Mike DeBoard wanted to keep that offense humming, and they did just that.
John, defensively, for the second straight week, Tennessee kind of got off to a slow start, and then Tennessee made adjustments on defense. Bob Shoop did a nice job of really throwing a lot of things at Virginia Tech to throttle them.
And a number of players have talked to me already, Bob, about Coach Shoop's ability to make in-game adjustments and the way that he teaches the game and how calm he is. And they said he's really calm in the locker room at the halftime. It's very educational. And Coach Shoop made great adjustments a week ago to help shut out Appalachian State for the final 40 minutes. He shut out Virginia Tech tonight during a key stretch of the game while the offense was really humming and moving things along. And again, I think that you're continuing to see the growth and evolution of the Tennessee defense under Bob Shoop. And Bob, they played 13 defensive linemen in the game. That's huge, just absolutely critical for this team moving forward as it hits that gauntlet portion of the schedule.
But now the biggest thing about this defense, they lose their leader in the middle, Darren Kirkland. You think it looked like an ankle injury. So even if he comes back this week, still, that's an adjustment. They got to address that middle linebacker spot.
Absolutely. And we saw Colton Jumper. We have to wonder if Cortez McDowell could get some time there, Cortez Sapp. But Darren Kirkland Jr. is a guy that Coach Shoop has indicated is as valuable as anybody they have on their defense. And he knows every job of every player on the front, at the second level, and in the back end. He's that cerebral and that savvy of a football player. So it is a tough loss, and he did leave the track, as we noted in the broadcast, to go get x-rays, and he wasn't placing any weight on it. So you hope for the best for Darren, but if you're Tennessee, you start preparing for some other.
Yeah, regardless, they're going to take it very easy with him and make sure he's healthy before they put him back in.
Yeah, have to. Just a sophomore, but already a very critical part of this team, and long-term is most important.
All right, let's take a look at the AutoZone players of the game. Get in the zone, AutoZone. We have two of them tonight. In the zone for Tennessee on offense was Josh Dobbs. Of course, he accounted for 5 touchdowns. And then on defense, Micah Abernathy. He recovered a school record 3 fumbles in the game. So congratulations to Joshua Dobbs and to Micah Abernathy, our AutoZone players of the game. For the auto parts, accessories, and advice you need, get in the zone, AutoZone. Tennessee takes on Ohio U this coming Saturday at Neyland Stadium. We'll talk about that next here on the Butch Jones Show.
The Vols rushed for 120 yards or more this week. Download the Dunkin' Donuts app and get a free medium hot or iced coffee today. Vol fans, run on Dunkin'.
Excellence is finding ways to solve new challenges. It's one of the reasons we created our 6 centers of excellence. Physicians from different disciplines working together to provide better solutions for you. It's a collaborative effort that pushes us to be our best and to provide you with the best care possible. Excellence is a journey that we take every day. The University of Tennessee Medical Center. Wisdom for your life.
To win championships, first and foremost, you have to win with people. It's all about an organization. It's all about a total commitment. Just like First Tennessee, they win with people on a daily basis. From the professionalism to the convenience that they provide myself and my family, and also just staying up on the top of things, the latest trends in banking, the customer service, the convenience, and the passion by which they go by each and every day. They understand the volunteer spirit.
From hard work, humble beginnings, and the red clay of Tennessee, greatness is built, brick by brick. This is Coach Philip Fulmer. General Shell and I are proud supporters of Tennessee football.
Our family, we're not like any other. We're spirited, tough, loyal. We believe in tradition and honor. Generation after generation, we're Vols for life. This is my family. And this is my truck.
It's all about family football and F-150 on a Tennessee Saturday. Now get F-150 with 0 for 72, plus 1,000 smart bonus on select vehicles, plus 500 Labor Day bonus cash.
Go Vols!
At Farm Bureau Health Plans, you may have heard us say, we've got you covered.
And what does that mean?
It means no matter where you live or what you do.
When you turn 65,
we fill the gaps left by Medicare so you can be prepared for the unexpected.
Giving you peace of mind.
And since there are no networks...
No networks?
Yeah, you can keep your doctor or choose a new one.
I really like my doctor. Me too.
He's got the bluest eyes I've ever seen.
Have questions about Medicare supplements? Visit fbhealthplans.com or your local Farm Bureau office. We've got you covered.
Time now for the First Tennessee First Look, a scouting report and look ahead at the Vols' upcoming opponents. Brought to you by First Tennessee, the official bank of the Vols.
This is VFL Eric Ames. It's time for the First Tennessee First Look. It's time to look ahead at the Ohio Bobcats. Head coach Frank Solich, you might remember him from his days at Nebraska. Offensively, expect a balanced attack, running and throwing the football, especially from the quarterback position. Defensively, a lot of movement up front, 4-2 tray fronts. They'll start outside, play a lot of games, stem late with the defensive front, and they have a lot of good disguising with the back end, meaning it looks like cover 2, it ends up being cover 3 or cover 0. A lot of veteran players on that team, and the staff's been together a long time. This week, it'll be imperative for us to get back to the basics and do what we do best: block, tackle, and run the football.
Ohio U comes to town, a noon kickoff at Neyland Stadium. Frank Solich does a really nice job coaching up the Bobcats. They'll be a tough test.
Definitely. I mean, they've been a consistent bowl program under Coach Solich, and they're not going to be daunted by Neyland Stadium. And Tennessee has been through a lot in its first 2 weeks of the season. A Thursday night game, the Bristol spectacle. And so I think it will be good for the Vols to begin to establish some routine at home.
And I think, again, Tennessee wants to establish a quicker start, and that's one thing they'll preach about this week in practice.
I guarantee you, ultimately, now that it's over, it's the best of both worlds for Butch Jones. Won the largest college football game ever. Plenty of things to improve upon, Bob.
It was fun to be here tonight, wasn't it?
It made a Super Bowl look kind of small.
So again, Tennessee returns home next Saturday, noon kickoff at Neyland Stadium against the Ohio University Bobcats. For John Bryce and Coach Butch Jones, I'm Bob Kessling. So long from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Ohio U comes to town, a noon kickoff at Neyland Stadium. Frank Solich does a really nice job coaching up the Bobcats. They'll be a tough test.
Definitely. I mean, they've been a consistent bowl program under Coach Solich, and they're not going to be daunted by Neyland Stadium. And Tennessee has been through a lot in its first 2 weeks of the season. A Thursday night game, the Bristol spectacle. And so I think it will be good for the Vols to begin to establish some routine at home.
And I think, again, Tennessee wants to establish a quicker start, and that's one thing they'll preach about this week in practice.
I guarantee you, ultimately, now that it's over, it's the best of both worlds for Butch Jones. Won the largest college football game ever. Plenty of things to improve upon, Bob.
It was fun to be here tonight, wasn't it?
It made a Super Bowl look kind of small.
So again, Tennessee returns home next Saturday, noon kickoff at Neyland Stadium against the Ohio University Bobcats. For John Bryce and Coach Butch Jones, I'm Bob Kessling. So long from the Bristol Motor Speedway.
This has been a presentation of the Vol Network, produced by IMG, the world's premier sports, media, and entertainment company.